Non-Americans who have been to the US, what is the weirdest thing about America that Americans don't realize is weird? They have those angry sinks that chop shit. Mine is branded the Incinerator, best damn disposal of all time. Mine is never clogged. I once put a whole pineapple down it. I worked at a multinational company. Besides my truck, the garbage disposal was the thing most people wanted to see. This is hilarious and amazing. I love that small, everyday items like garbage disposals are what people want to see. On the other way round, I, as an American, am always like, let's go see the unrefrigerated eggs and when I leave the US. I'm from the United Kingdom and now live in Minnesota. The first thing is how friendly everyone seems to be. It may be the Minnesota nice talking, but seriously, everyone is welcoming and friendly. The first time I flew to the States, I sat next to this American lady and we got talking. I explained I was visiting my partner for the first time and how nervous and excited I was. We talked until we boarded, and then once we landed, she went into mother mode, let me use her phone to call my partner. Went through security and baggage claim with me. Even walked me out to where my partner was waiting for me, just to make sure I was safe. She then gave me all her details and emphasized that if anything happens or if I needed any help, I could call her and she'd help me. I found out she worked for St. Jude's, and even though I never needed to call her, knowing I had someone there made me feel so safe, and I really hope she's doing well today. Interestingly enough, I remember the first time I went to the United Kingdom. People are nice enough, but definitely not friendly in the way that Americans are. I spent about 2 years living there with my partner, and I discovered that Europeans think that American friendliness is fake. I've never found it to be fake. I actually do enjoy chatting with strangers in the grocery store and having little smiles and nods over nothing. I really missed that when I was in the United Kingdom. This is so wholesome. I work in a restaurant, and the other day I was telling my table, regulars, that I was in a fight with my BF, minor tiff that was resolved that day. She offered to let me stay with her if I needed it. This is a woman I've only met a few times, and she jumped into mom mode and was ready to have a stranger on her couch. Even in New Jersey, where we have a reputation for being assholes, not undeserved, there are good people. The fact that looking at the news you'd think they're the angriest, most aggressive people in the world, but when you are there in person they are, with very few exceptions, very decent and welcoming. The media, from news to Hollywood and sports, is not an accurate depiction of Americans. The media really is designed to just keep the country polarized. The media is designed to make people need to consume more media. The gigantic open spaces everywhere. So much space. Read a book once, can't remember it for the life of me. Just the quote that stuck out of, Americans can't understand how old Europe is, but Europeans can't understand how big America is. That is very accurate. When I'm in Europe, I'm like, oh wow, this house building whatever is 500 years old. When I'm home, I regularly drive 5 to 6 hours and never leave my state. I think there's a saying, in Europe 100 miles is a long distance, and in the US 100 years is a long time. Big everything, from food to trucks, huge amounts of food. And cars you have to climb into, I'm also looking at you, Australia. McMansions, also looking at Australia. Actual trucks, those for transporting stuff, are also giant and very differently designed in the front part that pulls the cargo. I was surprised how polished and shiny clean they keep them, not dirty dusty like in other countries. I was explained the giant amounts of food are meant to be taken home so you have another meal the next day. And tipping culture, restaurants not paying staff a proper wage so they rely on tips. Went to a deli place once, the ones that fill your sandwich so much with meat that you need a fork and knife to eat it, and got a roast beef sandwich. I had enough beef left over to make 3 more generously portioned roast beef sandwiches that I enjoyed for lunch the next couple days. This is only from a tourist side, but I found it weird how friendly you are and how happy you all seem. This is not a complaint. I met a few lovely Americans when traveling through the eastern seaboard, and my cynic British side was struck by how open and excited you are to meet new people. I'm a Brit that immigrated to America many years ago and don't have much of an accent. I was visiting family in Whitby and stopped to get a 99, and as I walked away, I heard the young employee say, wow, I really like how friendly and nice Americans are. Met my wife when she was studying English in the southeastern US. I would say hi or good morning to strangers, and she would ask if I knew them. I lived in California for 3 years. I made more friends there in that time than I did living in my home country for over 3 decades. This is kind of ironic because a lot of people that move to Los Angeles, SoCal, seem to struggle with making friends. When I moved to NorCal, I made friends the first day. When I moved to SoCal, it took me about a year before I had any real friends. By the time I left SoCal, my friends were plentiful, and they were family. The options when ordering food, I thought it was a TV joke. I feel naughty asking to swap chips for mash, but you guys can request pretty much anything. My friend from the Netherlands described his visit to the US as the land of endless choices, which is how Americans like it. I'll never forget when I ordered the breakfast platter in England and the waitress just walked away. I said she doesn't know how I want my eggs, what toast I want, bacon or sausage. My local companion rolled her eyes and said Americans are so entitled. I was in utter suspense until the plate came. You gets what you gets and you like it. Coffee all the time. I got a tattoo in Barcelona and was completely embarrassed when I asked the artist if he wanted a coffee from next door. He told me, "Oh no, I have to keep working." He thought I wanted to go sit with him for a while. Ha ha ha, that made me laugh. Yeah, coffee in the States is a to-go thing, while in the rest of the world it's a sit and relax thing. I went there for university, and honestly, Americans just do a lot of little things that are generally nice. Holding the door open, smiling if you make eye contact while walking, randomly saying a quick greeting, etc. Random compliments too, and I never got the vibe that people were just making them up like some of my friends who haven't been say. If someone complimented someone's clothes, hair, whatever, it seemed like they meant it. They just didn't seem to hold back the random thoughts and said them out loud. My grandmother taught me it's selfish not to speak a compliment if you are thinking it. Small gifts you can give people to make their day better. Considering I've been riding the high from a random compliment on a shirt I was wearing for 4 years now, your grandmother is a saint. As a Brit, how amazingly and genuinely friendly you are. How enamored you are with British culture and people. I was invited to a BBQ in a public place by someone that I met because he liked the t-shirt I was wearing. I felt like some sort of celebrity. I'm an average guy, but everyone wanted to chat to me. I've traveled extensively and have met many other nationalities, whilst in their country. I've been made to feel welcome in almost all, but how I was treated once my accent was heard in the US was on another level. Thank you for making me feel so welcome. I've had several amazing trips to US. They hold a very special place in my heart. We effing love British accents here for some reason. I had a British client once showing me her office find a door to be unexpectedly locked, and she said, "Bloody hell," right next to me in real life. And I cannot express how delighted I was. That was like 15 years ago, and I'm still tickled pink by that interaction. Felt like I was in a Harry Potter movie. Y'all can strike a conversation with a tree. You literally don't need anyone to respond and you'll yabber away relentlessly. It's a generalization, as I know there are some quiet Americans, but I was just down in a Publix trying to decide what beer to buy, and some woman suddenly talking to me about how she met her husband. I love it. I'm a fairly quiet dude. New Zealand's a fairly reserved place, so just being able to stream your consciousness out like that is just something truly remarkable. I married an American. She talks enough for both of us. So, the peculiarities of America that may seem normal to locals continue to surprise visitors. Yes, maybe we still argue about portion sizes and strange kitchen appliances, but one thing is clear. The USA is a country where you can meet people who are ready to help, chat, or simply smile at you on the street. Write in the comments what you find strange or surprising in other countries, and share your experience if you've been to the US. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss new videos. See you in the next video.